Is it actually Tuesday?
No, we're filming this on Friday.
Do you think that we're actually in today?
I guess we'll find out after getting dumped on snow, by snow all weekend.
Well, whether or not it's Tuesday, stay tuned for this week's announcement. Welcome to our first park test week. I'm Karen Arvizo.
And I'm Zach Conway with administrative announcements.
It's theoretically Tuesday, March the 3rd, 2015. First up is today's Mars behavior.
And we're going to touch on the concept of respect.
With park testing going on for the next 2 weeks, be sure that you show regard to the education system.
Testing is an important part of measuring our ability.
The better we do on these tests, the more options that will be to us in the future.
So be respectful to everyone arriving to school on time.
Being alert and working hard.
And not expecting testing environment.
And if you do well, there will be tangible rewards.
What?
There's going to be prizes, nitwit.
Oh, so anyways, we'll all need to watch our behavior since the admins here don't play around.
And there are always consequences for poor behavior.
For example, there's lunch detention, ISI, and suspension.
These also consequences for poor academics.
Such as mandatory tutoring or being held back.
So respect yourself and do your best to succeed.
Now on to uniforms.
There's still people that aren't following the dress code, so here's a breakdown. The correct things to wear.
The correct colors are navy blue, black, white, and khakis.
And for style, zip-up hoodies, polo shirts, and slacks, no leggings or jeans.
And unless it's 40 degrees or below, if you're wearing something out of dress code, put it in your locker.
If it is that cold, you can only wear in uniform colors and styles. Hats are not a part of this.
Also, a reminder from the office.
Next up, don't forget that headphones and earbuds are not allowed.
Neither are any electronic devices unless it is given to you by the school.
Speaking of food, drinks, gum, and candy.
Knock it off. Don't you understand? It's a district rule, not Mr. Nason's.
Finally, we need to be sure that we keep our campus clean. It's the respectful thing to do.
Finally, be sure that you keep up with proper behavior outside after lunch.
Throwing snowballs and trash at one another is not only dangerous but also disrespectful.
If you do not adhere to proper conduct, our time outside will be taken away from us.
And on that note, we're going to hand you over to the announcements. This has been Karen Arvizo.
I'm Zach Conway. Don't change your channel, there's more on the way.
Basketball?
I'm going to have to talk to Coach KK about that one. He did send me a text message last night, and it said Brian needs all the work he can get.
Very funny, Mr. Everett.
Oh. Mr. Everett, I have Brian's ID.
Okay.
It sure is. Thanks, bud.
Oh, I'm gonna get to Miss G. That guy.
What were you thinking? Thank you, Luis. I'll handle this from here. Fellow teachers, this is a reminder to write positive notes home. Not only do the students win a prize, but you are eligible for prizes too. Please write positive notes home for your students. Don't be an Everett.
Thanks, Miss G, for knocking my sense back into me. Here you go, Luis.
Thanks, Miss G. Start talking so we could see if it sounds good.
Hello, 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 hello.
Hola, ¿cómo está? Muy bien.
Oh, wait,
Me
make sure
gusta.
you wrap.
That was easy.
Rise and shine. It's Tuesday, March 3rd. I'm Jeremy Jaramillo.
And I'm Kelly with today's announcements.
First on the docket, we've got important information about today's holiday.
Normally, each day has 0 to choose from.
In an odd turn of events, there is only one special day for March 3rd.
And it's tantalize your taste buds.
Tantalize.
It happens to be Banana Cream Pie Day.
People have been making pies filled with cream, pudding, and custard since the medieval times.
0 inventions from the era continues. Nopun lemons, creams, puffs, and declares.
Napoleon. Bananas arrived in the United States in the 1880s. By the early 1900s, banana recipes appeared in every major cookbook across the country.
Moving on, don't forget to continue to bring in box tops. Help your school out.
Come on, it doesn't take that much energy to bring the things in.
Moving on, to be sure to check out our peer mentor program.
That goes on Mondays through Thursdays in the cafeteria.
It's a great way to bond with some of the little kids from Hunt and will eventually be joining us in the hallways and classrooms of JSAA.
And now for a message from the library.
If you want to check out a book or get a loaner computer, you must have your ID.
The same goes for lunch. Besides, the faster we move through the lines, the sooner we will get to go outside.
Besides, it's best to get used to always having an ID on you since that's pretty much a requirement for the real world.
Now for a reminder about the yearbook.
If that means on the internet aren't convincing enough, perhaps Mr. Adams' belly is.
Respect the belly and buy a yearbook or she may sick it on you.
It is important to know that pre-ordering is an important part of the time process since there will not be extras to buy at the last minute.
And finally, we have news on the winners of the giant teddy bear and peanut M&Ms.
Mr. Anderson actually guessed the exact number of M&Ms and at 952.
He cheated. However, he chose to take the chocolatey sweets, which means that the runner-up got the bear.
At a fantastic guess of 937, Soleil Keys gets the grand prize.
Short, sweet, and to the point. That's how we roll. This has been Jeremy Jaramillo.
And this is Kelly. Stay tuned for clubs and events.
It's time to take a look at after-school activities. I'm James Diaz.
And I'm K. John Smith.
Before we begin, let's take a peek at what happened on March the 4th at some other point in history.
To build up to what actually happened, you need to know that kids used to be working to bring money home to their families.
In 1832, New England unions commended child labor.
The New England Association of Farmers, Mechanics, and other working men resolved that
children should not be allowed to labor in the factories from morning till night without any time for healthy recreation and mental culture, for endangers well-being and health.
But it wasn't until March 4th, 1842, 10 years later, that Massachusetts limited children workdays to 10 hours.
School actually sounds pretty good right now. Wow, now to the clubs and events.
From what we understand, a call went out last week saying that all after-school activities have been canceled for the next 2 weeks.
Please keep that in mind as we give you the following information.
Mondays have Battle of the Books, sharpening their wits in room 113 as they prepare for the upcoming literary war later this year. And for the next 2 weeks, mandatory tutoring, SES tutoring, and reading buddies will only be meeting on Mondays.
The regular Monday through Thursday schedules for these programs will resume the week of the 16th.
Then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, the STEP team will be in the cafeteria working on stopping the competition. Get it?
Also on Tuesdays, pre-engineering club.
On Wednesdays, Video Lab will be filming in Studio 42.
Or you ladies can get together with Mrs. Nelson for Girl Power in room 312.
Thursdays have Art Club getting their creativity on.
Or there's Orchestra Club bowing away their stress through music.
And on Fridays, we have National Junior Honor Society with Miss Kimberly in room 144.
All clubs run from around 4:10 up until 5:30.
Permission slips are a necessity for all of these clubs, bro.
At 5:30, you can have dinner at the school, then catch the activity bus home.
And as a reminder, if it is snowing, extra cold, or icy, check with your club sponsor if your club is still going to go.
Now for some out-of-school events.
Be sure to check out the artwork of fellow students from JSAA.
That's all the imagination space at the Central Mall. On the second level across from Imagination Celebration.
It runs until March 16th to Tuesday to Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
That's all we have for now. This has been James Diaz.
And K. John Smith, dude. Stay tuned for sports, dude. Dude.
I don't mean to disturb you, but can you help me on simplifying?
Sure. So, what you're gonna do here is you're trying to make the problem smaller.
Smaller?
Yeah, smaller. You're dividing it into its smallest point.
So I have 64 out of 96, but I don't know how to divide that well, so dividing this into smaller would be a little difficult for me. I just don't get it.
Calm down, I have an idea. Hey, John, get over here.
Hey, what's up?
All right, Kayjon, I need you to stand right here. We're gonna teach William how to simplify. All right, so imagine he represents 6496. We're gonna reduce him. Go ahead and rip his arm off.
Wait, no!
But we can simplify him even further. Now we can reduce him to 16/24 if you just take a leg. And now we can reduce him to 8/12 and 4/6, and finally to 2/3. And that is how you simplify a fraction.
Oh, he's just ahead. I don't like you. I hate you, man. Get away from me.
It's time for sports. I'm Hayden Haywood.
And I'm LJ Butler. And first up, volleyball season starts today. There are only 16 days before team's first competition or scrimmage.
Also starting soon is boys track. The guys only have 12 available practice days before their first competition.
The meet times for those start at 4:15.
As far as intramurals go, they're likely canceled for the month, but keep an ear open for those starting back up in April.
For District 11 Indoor Soccer League, sports hit the Watson Gym on Monday from 5:30 to 7.
As a final reminder, the Futsal Frenzy Soccer Tournament happens this Friday.
In national news, the Chicago Bulls are hopefully Derrick Rose will be playing again in April, a time frame that would have him ready for the post-10.
The 2010 to 2011 MVP had outpatient surgery for Friday morning to repair torn meniscus in his right knee and was able to bear weight when it was over.
For all you football fans, Manchester City has taken the league's top spot over Chelsea, but keep in mind that the Premier League games are not over yet.
And that's it for now, so time to torture you with the joke of the day.
Why did you get such a low score in that test?
Absence.
You were absent on that day of the test?
No, but the boy who sits next to me was.
That was truly awful. I'm LJ Butler.
And I'm Hayden Haywood. Before we go, would everyone please rise for the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice